Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you are doing well. It is time for our weekly track roundup. My thoughts, my opinions, my feelings on a bunch of songs that have dropped over the past week or so. Oh my God. That's what's in this video. Oh my, holy crap. That's what's here? Yes, in fact, that is what is here. Everything I talk about in this video linked down below, along with our Turntable Lab link. You can use that to get some vinyl, get some turntable stuff, get some speakers, get some whatever supports the channel in the process. Whoa, crazy invention, that Turntable Lab link. And you know what else supports the channel? Bam! Patreon page. Wow. Didn't know that did that, Anthony. Yes, it does. And also, you get some extra bonus monthly content in the process, don't you? Access to our Discord community, too, if you want, as well. In addition to that, but you know, it's your choice. It's voluntary. We don't force you to do it. Also want to do a few shout outs on theneedledrop.com. Courtesy of Jasper, we have an interview with none other than Armand Hammer off the back of their new Mercy album, which is out now. Been enjoying some tracks off of that. Read the interview down below. Few musical shout-outs from Austen as well, who wants to push you guys toward this Keiji Hino and Shuta Hasunuma project Uta. Saying that this is Hino's collaboration with this producer and multi-instrumentalist. It's definitely a serene album by Hino standards, with some surprisingly stunning moments on it, especially the track Scape, and one other mention from Austen as well. Again, this is her words here, so excuse me as I recite them to you. She would like to shout out this recent mixtape from Chinese rapper Jack Zebra, Hunched Jack mixtape. She's been addicted to it for a couple of weeks. Wow, might need to go to rehab for this mixtape, and says it's loaded with some of her favorite beats of the year, especially the tracks co-produced by James Ferraro. Well, she's always been a big James fan, so that connection might be why. Pretty surreal and exciting rap project in her opinion. Well, there you go. A couple of shout outs from Austen. And going right into the fire now, off of some positive musical recommendations with the worst tracks of the week. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Starting off with this new one from Quavo and Yeat and BNYX. New Trip is the title of the track. This thing is a synthy nightmare in 3. The groove is weird. The synths are weird. The choruses don't really hit all that hard, in my opinion. This is just such an awkward, forced collaboration. I just feel like it doesn't really play to Quavo's or Yeat's strengths. I mean, I guess I can appreciate the fact they did something different than they would normally do on their own, which I think is admirable, is cool to some degree, but I don't want to hear either of them do a track like this ever again. And I guess I'll leave it there. All right, we have Laufey, who's come out with this new holiday project. Santa Claus is coming to town. Laufey's music is devolving to the point where she just kind of sounds like she and him without him. It's just she. It's quaint, kitschy commercial jazz about Christmas. We also have Ken Carson over here sounding as boring as ever on this new Catastrophe track and single. It's a mess. It's underwhelming. Don't really have anything else to add other than that. Katy Perry is back. Katy Perry is back off the back of her last record, which did not really do all too well. Not just commercially, but her fans didn't really seem to enjoy it, the bulk of them anyway. Katy Perry is rushing back to give listeners maybe what they want with this new song, Bandaids. And look, I'll give the track this. Vocally, it's a lot better than any song off of Katy's last record, and instrumentally, drums are kind of going off. I mean, the overall vibe is much more, kind of millennial, anthemic pop, and while it's not brand new and not exciting, it's certainly Katy playing to her typical strengths. But with that being said, I feel like she's written dozens of songs in this style that are so much better, and the lyrics are cliche as heck. You know, the thing is, Katy Perry's peaks are very much overshadowing anything positive this song has to offer. Yes, again, it's certainly more impressive than everything that was on her last record, but that's not saying much. That's not saying much. But you know, hopefully this is the start of a better direction. But yeah, there you go. We have Dove Cameron hitting us with Hello, My Old Lover. Very boring, underwhelming song. Still not seeing the Dove Cameron hype. I'll leave it there. All right, meh. The tracks I was on the fence with, but still wanted to shout them out. They are as follows. We have a new one from Sexyy Red over here. For No Reason. You know, there's some funny bars on this track. The bleed line is unhinged. But vocally for a minute, Sexyy Red has just been sounding like she's been phoning it in on the mic. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the source of this kind of like apathy, this kind of wash, rinse, repeat approach. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why it is. But I feel like Sexyy Red really does need desperately some kind of change up, some kind of switch up, because it's getting a little stale so long as the energy continues to be low, you know, is what I'm going to say. Moving on from there, we have Redveil over here is hitting us with a new one, Lone Star. It's jazzy, it's hype, it's colorful. I think the Odd Future and Tyler fans are going to vibe with this one a lot. With that being said, it's very derivative of that sound, but still the performance is there, and I am looking forward to Redveil's eventual new album, and who knows, maybe this track will grow on me a little bit in that time. We also have a new one from Hilary, Duff. Mature is the name of the track. I would say there are some big Stevie Nicks vibes on the verses, Carly Rae Jepsen vibes on the choruses, and all in all, it's not too bad of a song, not mind-blowing or anything like that, but it's cool that Hilary Duff is still at it and putting out some somewhat solid tracks, so there you go. All right, we have Hayley Williams continuing to add to Ego Death, this new record of hers. This latest song is Showbiz, and it just kind of sounds like a Room on Fire instrumentally, a Room on Fire era Stroke song, but if you could use the type of auto-tune that Julian Casablancas puts onto the new Voids albums. And it's a very odd combo, but I guess I can still appreciate to a degree that she was able to accurately capture those vibes and incorporate them onto one singular song. That is certainly a feat. We also have Gorillaz over here, who are hitting us with The God of Lying featuring Idols. Not the most riveting single to come from this forthcoming album for sure, but it sort of seems like narratively it's trying to add quite a bit to this kind of ever apparent concept around spirituality and deception and social control through religiosity and so on and so forth. I guess we'll just have to wait for The Mountain to eventually drop to see what the full picture of this record is. But the way the singles are shaping up and the album art and, just the lore around this record, this is really shaping up to be one of the band's more conceptual and narratively intensive projects yet. So, maybe this will be a song that kind of, builds in appeal for me as I hear the other tracks surrounding it, and I guess I'll leave it there. All right, best tracks of the week, they are as follows. The songs that were really hitting me and sticking out to me, they are this. We have this new one, Do It, from Underscores. Really great pop track with some hype production, hype synths, hard-hitting beats. Really loving the, electronically fused pop energy that Underscores has been bringing to the table with some of these latest tracks, for sure. We've also got Spelling over here, who is not just a great singer, great songwriter, art pop, alchemist, I'll say as well, but a constant reinventor of herself and her own work. And we're starting to get some new versions, I guess, of material from her latest record, which I enjoyed quite a bit. An album that fans and viewers of this YouTube program, remember, was a very rock-oriented record. And now we've got this kind of like new revision of the song Destiny Arrives, which is one of the more anthemic cuts from the record. And the guitars are stripped back, if not just completely stripped out. Way more synth-intensive version of this song. And now this track features none other than Weyes Blood, with a great feature performance that just stuns on the back end of the song. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a cool, awesome new version. And I hope to hear more versions, maybe not like this, but, you know, more versions of tracks from the latest record, maybe with other features. Who the heck knows? But, you know, I love the way that Spelling continues to dish out new material, but then also represent a lot of the same stuff and ideas in ways that feel refreshing, almost immediately after having released them. It's, you know, just a really cool, to see her process in that way. And I'll leave it there. All right, we have Rachel Chinouriri, who is hitting us with this short, beautiful, little acoustic-ish number with Boyish titled Home, which is very, very, very lovely on the ears. I promise you that. Also enjoying JT hitting us with this brand new single over here, Girls Gone Wild. And it's this amazing fusion of hip hop and electro and so on and so forth. The production is insane. Love her delivery on it too. Lots of swagger, lots of character. Yeah, I mean, again, I'll say the production choice really does, you know, kind of drive how unique and fun the track is for the most part. But like, you know, very bold of JT to head in this direction with this new single. And honestly would love to hear her dabble in more production like this or similarly bold production choices, because this track is great. This track is freaking killer. Love this. I mean, it's the kind of thing that I feel like is super popular on TikTok right now, like grabbing vocals that, you know, have this kind of like Southern hip hop flair and then throwing them over like the most unexpected backing tracks and beats and so on and so forth. And JT is just kind of like, well, why don't I just do that? You know, just hop on a very unlikely instrumental right now that has, you know, a bit of a throwback and regional flair to it. And she's absolutely killing it. Love it. Love this one a lot. All right, we have Joji over here, who has hit us with 2 new songs recently in this past week, but I do want to shout out specifically the one Past Won't Leave My Bed, because it is actually a really great piano ballad. I mean, cliche in a lot of ways in terms of like the drum fills and the chord progression and so on and so forth. But simultaneously, I feel like Joji kind of took this track as a bit of a challenge to, you know, hit that typical piano ballad, sad piano ballad formula and sort of see if he could, like, you know, measure up to it. And I feel like he very much does. It's a passionate, very evocative, emotive performance and a solid tune all around. And it's actually got me really looking forward to this Piss in the Wind album he's got dropping very soon, because maybe there'll be more on the record like it. We'll just have to see. But lovely piano ballad from Joji for sure. All right, we have Jimmy World, who's hitting us with this new single over here titled Failure. And it's actually really like a slow, rockin', layered, driving, medium pace tune that really kind of like locks you in and hypnotizes you in some pretty interesting ways. Liking this one a lot. It's probably one of my favorite Jimmy Eat World songs to drop in recent years. I mean, it's been a while since they've had a single that's piqued my interest this much. I'll say that. All right. And shout out also to The Garden, who have come through with this ugly track, which is this really gnarly, crazy, dissonant, mutant punk tune that has some noisy and chaotic guitar layers that I'm loving quite a bit. I think the band, the duo, really kicked ass on this one. And lastly, want to give a shout out to Oneohtrix Point Never, who is giving us this new single Cherry Blue, which is a really intriguing, kind of collage-y, kind of nostalgic electronic piece. Sort of feels like, once again, he's heading back to some of the aesthetic and sonic touchstones that he was known for in the early 2010s or so, really circling back on some of that stuff in a cool, creative way. And yeah, really looking forward to his new Tranquilizer record. And that is going to be it for the weekly track roundup, everybody. Hopefully all of you got some good recommendations out of this video. It's all linked down below so you can check it out for yourself. And that is going to be it. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.